Hello there, beautiful soul, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with a new tutorial and I'm so excited that you're here. Today we're going to talk a little bit more in depth and detail about how you could go about coloring greenery on your page. I will take you through some different techniques that you can utilize in your pictures and make these really lush foliage, some autumn leaves, some hedges, and also just for me to have a chance to sit down and get all cozy and chat a little with you guys. I cannot wait. I'm so happy that you're here, and without further ado, let's get into today's tutorial. So, before we get into today's video, I just want to say that I'm so excited to finally be back doing another tutorial for you guys. I am just so excited. I've been gone for a couple of days on a little summer holiday at the beach in the Netherlands, and it was so beautiful to enjoy my time there, but I've been missing you guys like crazy. It feels so good to be back, and I'm super excited for everything that this late summer and autumn have in store for us. I have some really cool, exciting plans, some new video ideas, and a lot of beautiful coloring pages to come. So I'm really excited for you to be here. It was so cute to see your guys' response to my little update post that I will be going away for a little holiday. It was super nerve-wracking because I have not been away on any kind of holiday since I started my little YouTube journey and taking this this endeavor seriously. I've been continuously uploading either way 1 or 2 videos each week since I think it is September or October last year, and I originally wanted to pre-produce a lot of more videos for you guys to keep up my 2 video uploads a week schedule while I was gone, but as you know it, life has its way of playing in between, so I did not get to pre-produce as much material as I would have hoped for, but I did anyways manage to stick to my 1 video upload for the last 2 weeks, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to be back with new powers, with new inspiration, and to be back sharing my passion with all of you. The love and excitement and support and encouragement that you guys share with me every single day, either way through watching my videos or your lovely comments, just mean the absolute world to me, and I'm super excited to be back with my 2 videos upload each week, and boy, I cannot wait to fill so many cute pages with life and color. And there's a lot of cool things coming up. I mean, we are indeed moving towards autumn, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to start coloring autumn pages. Oh my god. I mean, when is it too early to start coloring for Halloween? I am so excited to go back into spooky season. That was where it all began for me last year, and I am just looking forward so much. I mean, we have now beginning of August, soon mid-August, so as soon as we turn into September, I think it will be it would be okay to start coloring some more spooky pictures. I am so looking forward, as that has to be, I think, my favorite time of the year. So before I talk way too much and spend too much time on the intro, I wanted to come back with a new tutorial. And you guys have been so beautiful and so cute asking me for several different type of tutorials, and I thought that today I would start with one of them, which is a little more in-depth about how we can go about coloring greenery. So I thought, what better thing to do than to continue this very beautiful, cozy, cute page that we started a couple of weeks ago, and I thought we could finish it today together. And it was so cute. So many of you have been writing me the last couple of weeks that you would love to do this page to the end with me, and that just makes me super happy. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you guys know by now that before I go into any particular page, I love to just take a quick glance on my color charts and my swatch sheets to just see kind of like what direction I would love to go. I don't usually plan too much ahead because I like to just go a little bit with the flow, and inspiration usually strike me as I go. But it really helps to just figure out what kind of colors you want to go with. If you want to go in the cooler tone or the warmer tone, it really helps to just look at the swatch sheets that you have, either way, when you have a bigger set like this, or if you have like a smaller set like a 48 or 68, 62, I don't know. To just take a look at the swatch sheets and just see, first of all, what your possibilities are, what kind of colors you have, and then go from there. One thing I do know for sure is that I want to use my new favorite green color, which is the lime green. And it's so funny. One of you guys had commented that under, I think it was the building video, that you two did discover the lime green, and really, seriously, there is no turning back since then. It did perfectly replace my other long gone beige green, which I am dearly missing. It's kind of like the same tone, which would mean if I would still have both of them, the lime green and the beige green would perfectly be shadow companions. So you could use this as a base color and use the beige green as its shadow. Since I don't have this anymore, you kind of reach the same effect by layering a green gray on top of this. So that's really a lot of what I like to experiment with. Usually when you add a gray tone on top of the main color, and do mind that the gray tone is kind of similar in the warmth tone as your color. For example, when you have any kind of green, that you use a gray color that is on the greener side, like here the green gray 1, 2, 3, or a neutral gray rather than a warm gray, because that can collide a little bit and don't blend into each other as smoothly. So, and the same goes for when you, for example, use any kind of red or orange. When you then layer it with a warm gray, you create a deeper version of that color. So don't feel intimidated if you don't have the biggest collection or the biggest selection of colors. You can easily achieve a dark red like this if you layer a gray tone on top of your red. So that is a little bit a discussion to my coloring choices. I'm just gonna go ahead and select a few green colors and see where we want to go with this picture. So obviously there's here a block of sand, and I do think that I will keep this as sand. You could choose to make this grass as well, that wouldn't be too hard. But there's a spot of sand here, then you have a hedge, some green trees, and then you have two larger hills. So you can really work with the color tones of your greens to make it have this depth in the color in the picture. So usually you could say that everything that is closer to you in the image, like these leaves up here and the flowers here in the front, they could be a darker color, which make it feel like this like this Disney where you look through the bushes and see that image. And then as further you go in the back, you can go brighter and brighter. So I kind of want to play a little around with this today, and maybe we even make these trees have fall leaves, just to make the image to separate it a little, because it's a lot of green here and it could be hard to transition them from each other. And that's super exciting because I love coloring autumn leaves. I did that once in a girl moments picture, and the response from you guys was also so beautiful. So I will talk a little bit how we do that in this video. There's obviously a lot of different ways that you can go about coloring greenery, and it's all really depends upon your style and your personal preference. I will talk a little bit about different ones in this one, so you can really just use that to pick what you want to use in your pictures, and kind of give you some tools and weapons that you can choose from when you go about coloring other pages. So, and one cool thing is too, you could go here, if you want to color it in a spring kind of way, you could make these cherry blossom trees as well, just by using the same technique but switching up the colors to pink. So, and we have this really cool little boathouse over here, or like this cabin, the little ducklings here, this baby otter having a chill little time. So it's gonna be a really cool to color this one together with you. So grab your markers and let's get started. So I think I want to start with the hills, the two hills in the background here. And as I said, I would love to use lime green because I think that has this very beautiful, calm, nice green tone to it. And I would love to leave the hill in the back with lime green, and then go with a base layer of lime green on this hill that is a little closer, but add one shade of gray to it so it gets a little deeper. So we're just gonna go about, I think with these two hills I might add a little bit of shadow as we go, but we will use basically 3 different techniques on the hills, on the hedge, and on the trees. I'm gonna zoom you guys a little in so that you can see. So, I'm just, when I smell these markers, I just get so happy. I'm just so excited to be back. It was super beautiful being at the beach and having a holiday. We did so many cool things, even went to a football game, really huge football game, and got tickets last minute and went to the beach in the Netherlands. But I'm super excited to be back with you guys. So we're just gonna go about coloring in this entire space right here, making it nice and even. Don't mind my markers, some of them are really starting to get empty, and I find it's a very good ratio because I got most of my markers last autumn when I started making these videos, and a couple of more to Christmas, and for them to last well over 9 months. I feel like that's a good shot. And do mind, I color a lot, so with 2 videos each week I use a lot of ink, and I feel that they last a long time. So many of you guys asked me what I think about if it really is worth it, and I can only say absolutely. Just like that. and it already looks super cute. I'm just gonna go and add a lime green to this other hill right here, and this way they will be kind of cohesive, making it very easy to read that this is two big mountains in front of the sunset, but still give them a little bit different shades to just help tell your eye that they're two different elements and that they too have different placement, that the one is more closer to you than the other. So, and that already, because this is just still fresh, it is a little darker than this part, and that's just gonna look super cool. So I'm gonna go in and maybe, I would usually say green gray because I don't want it to be too dark, but due to experience, this one, when it dries, you don't see any difference. So I'm thinking of going with the green gray 3 or the green gray 2. I think the green gray 3 is going to be a little too dark, so I'm going to start with the green gray 02, and then we will just work our way from there to see if we maybe add another layer if it ends up being too bright. There you go. I don't know if I did show you I'm a little rusty. Haven't done this in a week. It just feels so good to be back. I just love this so much. When I was setting up everything, putting my tripod up, I just got so belly tickles because I just truly enjoy creating these videos for you guys, and it just warms my heart so much to read that you either way find them so relaxing and let me be part of your calm, cozy evening, or that you learn something new, just get a little inspired in your own coloring journey, or basically just want to have a coloring friend. It means so much to me and just makes me so happy. I cannot believe that I get to do this, and it just truly is a dream come true to be able to share this passion with all of you. And I've been really looking forward to just sitting down and chat with you guys while we color this page. And I really love everything that we've done here so far. The water looks so beautiful and so magical. I get so happy when I see those white and beautiful highlights. Julie's truly is this very magical image. So, and that already looks super cool. I like that a lot. So we're gonna let that dry, and I don't think that I will add any shadows here because I could look a little strange. If the color would still be wet, you could do a little shading gradually, because obviously the sunlight would come a little over the hill. But I'm afraid that would be too much of the same, because we have here a lot of blending. So if you have here a lot of blending too, it can be a little too much of the same. So we will just see if this all looks like it makes sense when we added all the other stuff. So I think that puts us straight to the trees, and I really want to make them like this really lush, beautiful autumn foliage, as you call it. So I'm thinking I want to start with a cream to have a really nice bright base layer. And the cool part about this technique is we're going to use here this, I don't know what it's called, but let's just say dotting technique, creating a whole lot of dots to mimic the leaves, and I really enjoy doing that for trees in this matter. And the trick is really to start bright and then work your way towards the darker colors, and still leaving the concentration of dark colors to the center of the tree or the down part, so it gives the illusion of the sun, in this case, hitting the tree and leaving the outer parts more bright. So I want to use the cream color for the base part, then go a little darker with the quiche, most probably with apricot, and then top it off with a rouge orange. See how that looks like, and if it's still a little missing that depth, we might go in with a coral red or some darker red. We will see. We will see what the picture calls for. So we have our little selection. I already get so happy to seeing these colors. I forgot to mention that we also will add a little marigold, just to add that kind of mustard yellow to the picture, make it a little more realistic. So these are the colors that we will be using, and we'll start with cream and then build it gradually through quiche, apricot, marigold, rouge orange, and coral red. So with the base color, the cream, we're just gonna cover basically the entire bush, and the cue to this kind of way of doing it is to make sure that you let each color dry fully between each layer, so that way you will have this really crispy, clear nuance between each color and not have them blend too much into each other, because that's just gonna look, in this case, messy. So we will just fill in these all with cream. I'm gonna slide it over here and do these two as well. Could have done them cherry pink, but I think that would look kind of strange. Then you would have autumn and spring in one color in one picture. That would actually be a cool idea too, to do like 4 seasons in one image. Maybe that's a cool thing we can do in the future. So, and then I think our first tree is starting to dry pretty good, so I'm gonna go in with quiche and just start adding dots everywhere. And it doesn't really matter how you do this, just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be too accurate, just dare to play a little and just focus on having the concentration of each color closer to the back. So when the light comes from this side, you want the concentration of colors to be on the other side, because that leaves this illusion of highlights at the edge of your tree. So I'm just gonna continue doing this on all 3. And that already looks super cute. And the trick with each color, pulling the line where you go just a little bit back. So the next color we won't go all the way out, but pull it a little bit further, and then with each color you're gonna have just a little more shadows and highlight, and that already looks super cute. Oh my god, I love this way of coloring trees so much. It just adds this very moody, realistic touch to it, and I like combining all these techniques in one picture, because it also helps it be a little more dynamic and not too one tone. So you have here two hills that we maybe will keep pretty simple, and then when you have a lot of happening here with the ocean and the trees, that's enough, because you don't want the picture to be too loud screaming at you, if that makes sense. So I will go in with the next color, which would be the apricot. Yes, apricot. I don't know how you would say that. So we're gonna basically do the same thing. Make sure that the color is dried, because then they will be really differentiated between each other. If not, they're gonna just smudge into one big color. So I'm basically gonna do the exact same thing and just leave the concentration in the bag and just go with the flow like that. Oh, that looks so cute. Oh, I just can't wait for autumn. Jesus. Oh, I think that's just perfect. So I'm gonna do exactly the same thing over here. I'm gonna zoom a little in so you can see a little closer. And since the sun comes from this side, you do exactly the same, just mirroring. So you would just have the darker colors in the back and then just do a little like that, and you pretty much see when there's some missing and when it's enough. Oh, I think that's just absolutely perfect. So we're gonna go ahead with a bit of, we still have a lot of colors to go. Maybe we don't even need that many, because when you layer them like this, they're gonna appear a little darker than they are on your swatch card anyways. And I'm really loving how these are turning out. I'm gonna just see how it looks on one tree if I add a little bit of this mustard-ish marigold. So I'm gonna see, I'm gonna test on the tree here all the way in the back. See how that would look like. Okay, it just adds a little bit of darker shadows. I don't know if that looks cool. I'm gonna leave this one like that, and I'm gonna try a different tree with the rouge orange, because then you will get, rather than a dark shadow, you will get a little bit more strong red. I'm just gonna try that. Yeah, you see that was a little bit what was missing. I'm gonna do that as well here. I'm just gonna keep the concentration to the back and then just see that I spread it a little. And as darker as you go, you want to be a little more lighter to the touch, but that looks absolutely beautiful. You see, I like this a little bit more than this, because this is very dark, but that's no problem because it's the tree in the back. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. Oh, this is so cool. And this is how much you add is really all depending on how you like it. You can take a step back and just see how it turns out. But I'm really loving how this looks like. And I'm just gonna do the same thing here and just add a little bit of glowing leaves, just like that. already looks like this very nice, cozy autumn scenery. And now I might go in with some coral red just to see how it would look when I would rather add some deeper red rather than the deeper yellow. So I'm gonna try. You see, you don't really see that much difference. Didn't try properly yet either, but it just adds a little bit of darker to it. Oh, that looks super cute. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of marigold just on some of the trees to add some darker parts in the back. And you see, just by adding it after you added the red, it has a way different appearance than our lovely little tree over here. So I think that is the way to go. Alright, we are done with the trees. I'm gonna add a little bit of a brown tone here. We sadly don't have dark suited anymore. But maybe a Caribe cocoa and dark brown. Well, I don't have the Caribe cocoa either anymore. I really have to start marking which markers are already empty. But I'm going to use a thin permission and a dark brown. I think those two colors for the wood would look really beautiful. Or thin permission and mahogany. Maybe even better. There you go. Dream team. So we're gonna start as always with the brightest color and just color these. And I might do the cabin brown as well. A shadow like that, and already it looks so moody and nice. How about we add some lodges to this? Like that. I think that's really cool. So now we're going to continue with the hedge in front here. So to give it a little point of difference, I'm going to go in with a yellow green and use the absinthe as the shadow. Just like that. I love myself some warm greens, the ones with a yellow hue in it, and I'm so happy that I still have these colors. So I'm just gonna go in and fill the hedge with the base layer of the yellow green. And as you can see, my beloved yellow green is very worn out. It would definitely need its tip switched. which is a really cool thing that you can do with your Ohuhu markers. You can just pull out the tip and twist it around, and you have a brand new tip inside of your marker. Like that. And it's really cool already because it makes you see the difference so much between the hedge and the hills behind it. So I'm gonna go in. You don't have to necessarily mind too much if the other color dried, and I'm just gonna use a different technique here where I love to use this on hedges, where we just make another line like the top line a little further down to just give it that 3D effect. You could basically go with the dotting technique like we did with the trees, but I just really want to show you different ways that you can go about doing your greenery. So I like to make this little nice line, and don't forget to put it all the way down right away or you will have streaks. And it's just all about mimicking that 3D effect of the top part being hit by the sunset. And when this dried completely, I will go in with a slightly darker color, maybe the Petit Poise, and just make another line to just give it that three-dimensional effect. While we're waiting for this to dry, I will go in to color the sand, and I do find that the sand color is a little too dark, so I will do brick beige instead and use the sand color as its shadow. No, yet better, I'm going to use sand white and brick beige to be its shadow, because I want it to be this really nice bright sand and not dirty sand. So where are you? Sand white, here, brick beige. Yes, and we're going to start with sand white. Oh, it looks so cute. And although this is not the ocean, which creates a lot of waves, I'm still gonna show you how you can do the water line so it looks really nice, as if the water comes and goes. And I will use a brick beige for that. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of color the water line right here. I might go in with a darker color. Let's see if we maybe use sand to just give it that little bit, yeah, a little bit darker. And I would like to use a little bit also here to just create the shadow from the hedge. Like that. That's so cute. We might just keep the fence white, like a white picket fence, just for the fun of it. I'm gonna add some red gray 03 as a nice little shadow for it. 03, but it's a really nice red warm shadow, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of shadow to the fence on the opposite side of the sun. And might just keep this white as well. The door, let's make the door red, coral red, like this very traditional cabin doors. Like that. And now I'm going to go in, as this part is dried, with the Petites poise, and just add another layer of shadow to the hedge. Just like that. I think that looks super cute. Wow. So you see the hills in the back lack some kind of detail because all the other stuff is so detailed. I'm just gonna go in with the green gray, add another layer of the same color on top right here to just make it a little bit different. Like that. I'm gonna go and do the same thing with the other one, but using the green gray one because I don't want to go too dark. So we're just gonna try our way with this one first and just add another dimension to the hill. So you get a little bit more the illusion of the sunrise coming through, and a little bit more later in the evening. Right away I'm gonna add another one of lime green down here just to see, because I find it a little bit too gray. Sometimes the gray do shine very much through, and I want to create this darker version of this color, so I think that's just absolutely perfect. Perfect. So, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and color in these leaves up here with a slightly darker selection of greens. And for this I think I will use grass green and deep olive just to keep it kind of like in the same. No, we're gonna go with bud green and vivid green. And once this color dries, I will build it and make it darker, and while we wait, we'll color in these little ducklings. And I love creating that with cream, chrome orange, and cadmium orange. Where are you? There. If you've been watching my videos, you already know this. I love my ducklings in this color, and there ain't no change in it. Which you could argue that the ducks on this water is not yellow when I come to think of it, but it will be a nice way to pick up on these autumn leaves, and we're just gonna use that argument, of course. With chrome orange, and just create the shadow as the sun comes from above. This underneath will be darker. And at last, cadmium orange, and I really love to use this for the mouth and as the last dark color. It's just something about that third shadow color that just makes it really pop. Finished. So we will make these leaves a slight bit darker, and I'm just gonna see how it looks like with a vivid green. If I think it's too bright, we will just go even darker, but I think it's kind of fine. I'm just gonna leave the upper half of the leaves dark, like that. I think that looks cool. Do the same thing here. just go a little bit darker with a third color. You know I love it. And I'm just gonna add deep olive green. That's just gonna give it that a very nice illusion of being closer to the viewing angle. Here. Like that. I think that looks really cool, and it gives it that illusion that it's very much at the front of the page. I'm gonna go in with the last two similar color with a vivid green and do the same down here, but leave the brighter color out as I want this to be super dark. Then I'm gonna go in with the deep olive green and just add a whole lot of drama to it. So it already looks like a lake in the mountains, and I'm gonna go in and do the other using sand and potato brown. I think that could be a cool combination. I think I'm gonna go in and give the bear's nose the same color, and maybe this as well. I just spent a good chunk of time as a kid canoeing, growing up in Norway. We were doing that pretty often, which is really cool. Oh, we forgot a little duckling here on the package. I'm just gonna go in and do exactly the same in the same order, just like that. Pink or mauve purple, just to give it a little bit of purple touch. That has to be in my image always, as you know. And I really wanted to make a purple and pink canoe as well, so I'm just gonna pick up on that color. I love choosing some colors that are similar in the page because it makes the page very balanced as well. This one is starting to run empty as well. I think I already emptied the first because I have 2 moves. I've seen on Ohuhu's homepage that you can buy refills now, like refill ink. I find that actually pretty cool. I wanted to ask you guys if you have some experience with that. I might get me some more Ohuhu markers for autumn because I'm considering adding some to my collection, and I'm super excited about some new colors that we can use for our autumn pictures. Because a lot of my pink hues are running out as well. I think I'm going to use dark orchid on this one and use amethyst as a shadow for the canoe. I never used this one before. And that'll be these 2. Looks really cute. The feeling when you feel straight away that you haven't used this one before. It has so much juicy ink in it, that's crazy. It's just something else, the feeling with new markers. It's really cool. Yeah, cool. And as I said, I'm gonna go in with amethyst to just give you that illusion of the canoe being wet down here. Like that. And see what I can add for a little darker shade to the orchid. Maybe some deep lilac. So I'm gonna add potato brown to the little otter down here, and since the sun is hitting him like this, kind of like that. It looks really cute. I'm gonna do the same for the wooden, I don't know what this is called in English, order in Norwegian, and make this too a little wet down here. I might just add another darker mahogany to where it has been wet, and the same maybe here. Like that. Oh, it's coming together so nicely. So I think I want to just go and make Mr. Teddy over here potato brown. I think that would fit really nicely to this autumn image. Like that, Mr. Teddy Bear. And with the doggo, we might just go with a nice red, gray, green. Oh, that looks so cute. Now we will add a little darker. Gonna go in with a red, gray 12. That's just too cute. So, and for Mr. Brown, we're gonna go in with mahogany and do kind of the same thing. Like that. I think we will keep that pretty simple because if not, it's gonna get pretty messy. And I'm just gonna add some light lavender to the little lotus flower down here. And some amethyst. And to our final touch, we will add some red gray 150 to just add some shadow over here. So, as the final touch, I'll go in and use my beloved gel pen to just add some highlights, but it looks super nice and moody. I will not do too much, just add some highlights to just make the page pop. And as I told you already in the highlights tutorial, it's all about putting the highlights where the sunlight or your light source hits first. there you go. A little image is finished. I hope you guys could take some valuable tips away from this, and I really just love what we did here with the autumn leaves, and it all made the picture come together really nice and moody. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you just gathered some tips and tricks to use on your coloring pages, and it was just so much fun to sit down and chat with you guys after a long time away, after a little short break. Please let me know in the comments if there is anything specific you would love to see on my channel. I'm writing everything down, and I'm so happy to make these tutorials about topics that you guys would love to know a little more about. So don't hesitate to hit me up in the comments if there's something specific you would like to see. I'm so excited to be back, and I have a lot of cool things in store, a lot of different ideas that I want to share with you guys, and I'm just so excited to enter this new season with all of you. There will be lots of autumn pictures and a lot of spooky ones. I will have a look at what kind of coloring books I will get for the new seasons. If there's anything specific, any specific books that you would love to see me color in, please also tell me in the comments. I would love to do some that you would be interested in. And there might even be some studio vlogs and showing you guys a little bit more about my space and my marker collections. I'm super excited for it. So have a beautiful evening, a beautiful day, a beautiful morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!